Hey Groovy babies, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about all things edges. Yes, not the kind on your head, but the kind on your skates, okay? So we are going to cover the whole shebang, thang, chicken wang on how to conquer and understand what edges are, how to reach them, and what they can do for you. A lot of people have been asking questions about really not understanding fully what they are and how to use them. So that's what today's video is going to be. We're taking it back to the basics, back to how to understand edges and how to use them. So without further ado, let's hop right into it.
1, 2, 3, funk it. My darling, I love you, 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 I love you.
Okay guys, so I'm just gonna be straight up with you. I got completely cute today, as you can tell. I is so cute to show up for you guys today. And then I got here and realized that my microphone is dead. What I was gonna do is just say screw it, I'll record it another day, but I put too much energy into this and I just drove 15 minutes to come and do this for you guys, so we're just gonna do it. Just bear with me. I'm doing what I can with what I got, and it's still gonna be fun, it's still gonna be groovy, still gonna break it down for you and help you understand how to reach your edges. So let's get right to it. Okay, so a good place to start with learning and understanding your edges is to take a quick look at your skates and your trucks. I've already talked about this multiple times, but you should be able to reach an outside edge and an inside edge without lifting your feet off the ground, okay? You shouldn't have to lift in order to reach that edge, okay? So let's go down and take a look at what our skates are looking like. Okay, here are my skates. This is what my edges look like. So I'm leaning to the outside. You can see my weight is shifted just a little bit to the outside edge. Weight is shifted inward. So your inside edge is going to be when you're pushing that big toe down and your knee is going to be reaching a little bit inward. It's going to be over the toe. And you're going to be reaching on the outside edge. Your knee is going to be reaching outward and pushing down on that pinky toe. So you want to have your trucks loose enough so that you can reach an outside and an inside, just without lifting. This right here is going to help it be easier to reach those edges, so when you have your trucks nice and loose, you don't have to worry too much about it, okay? It's going to be super easy to reach those edges. So let's hop into some drills and some different things that you can do to tighten up those edges, okay? All right, friends, let's get right to it. So there are two ways that you can drill these. You can do it just classic without cones, without any guidance, or you can do it with cones and with a little bit of guidance to see where your edges are and what you're supposed to be doing with them. Now, I also forgot to bring my cones, but it's okay. I found some here things laying around, so I'm just gonna improvise and use those as my guidance. But before we get into that, let's just talk about just doing it casually, just in case you don't have anything to navigate around. So you can still practice with your edges without any kind of fancy materials to work with. So let's start with the outside edges. They're a little bit easier. So the biggest thing you want to think about is leaning in. So you really want to focus on what that knee is doing and what that toe is doing. So your little toe should be leaning to the outside edge, and also your knee should be leaning to that outside edge, okay? And also you can kind of bend into it so that you can feel it. So here I'm gonna lean outside edge, outside edge, outside edge, outside edge, okay? Leaning outside, outside. So you can see that I'm really bending and pushing my knees outward so that I can reach that edge, okay? Another thing you can do is with one foot to really challenge yourself, but this is completely optional, but drill it leaning out, other side, leaning. It really helps too to use your arms for balance. Using your arms for that balance is very helpful, even though it might not look super cool, but it's okay. We're not trying to look cool, we're trying to practice and drill those edges, okay? So, again, outside edge. Outside edge. Woo. Outside edge. And yeah, so that is what it's gonna look like, okay? So inside edges are similar, they're just a little bit harder to reach sometimes, okay? But I'm gonna help you out. Ready? So you kind of want to think about drawing a C. Drawing a C with your inside edge. It'll make more sense once I get the cones. It's a lot harder to do the inside edges with 2 feet, of course, because at some point one of those feet are going to be on an outside edge. So you definitely want to get comfortable with that balance first, okay? So let's grab our little materials. Found a wine cork, hockey puck, and I had 2 color pop lip glosses in my bag, so we're gonna make it work. I'm gonna set up a nice little guide for myself. Leave a bit of room in between so that you have room to navigate, okay? So let's just do quick outside, outside, outside edge, outside edge, outside edge. You can also navigate between like 2 things. So if you wanted to go all the way around this, back, all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. So there's 2 different ways that you can drill them. You can use a 1 foot, you can use 2 feet. It's all personal preference. It's all the same thing, okay? Here, swipe it through. Okay, I hope this makes sense. I hope. It's just like a really hard thing to kind of break down, but once you're like into it, you're gonna hit them without even really noticing. It's like something that is like riding a bike. You don't think about it, you just kind of do it. And we all use our edges without even knowing. We use them when we're just doing basic moves, but we don't really know that it's happening. So just be mindful of that. This is just a way to practice them and get more familiar with what they are, okay? So on to inside edges. Now inside edges are a little bit more complicated, like I said before. You really want to be able to skate on 1 foot because it's really hard, like I said, to reach an inner edge without lifting up your foot. So there are some drills that you can work on if you're not completely comfortable with them. You can just do like a quick lift, and you really want to emphasize that leaning over into and past your big toe. So your knee is going to be shifted in and over your big toe, okay? So a good drill for this, quick shift, lean in. Okay. Lean in, down, lean in, down, up. Another good way to get familiar with your inner edges is a plow stop. Many of us have started with doing a plow stop, right? And that is all about squeezing your inner thigh. It's all about engaging those inner edges. So if you don't want to do 1 foot anything, just go squeeze. And that is a good way to drill it. So if you really want to start getting familiar with them, just start working on that plow stop first, and then you'll get to the point where you can lift that foot off the ground, okay? On to our 1 foot strategy. Okay, so as I was drilling this, I just realized that my ankle on the right side that I kind of freaked up a little like a while ago is not really liking it. So I'm gonna have to improvise because we don't want any more injuries. I'll focus on my other side, which is my dominant side, which is gonna be scary, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. I'm just here to try and help you as best I can, okay? Ooh, I really should probably get that checked out. Okay, whatever. Let's keep going. So let's just go with like 2 of our little things on the side and focus on those 2 for right now. So you're gonna want your objects pretty far apart. As you can see, I have one here run all the way over there. So my ankle is not liking this. Okay, you can do this. You can do this. You got this. Okay, I think I'm gonna drill it another way because me doing a full circle ain't it right now. So we're just gonna do swivels if that's okay with you. Okay, so the way that I'm gonna drill this one for you guys is a nice quick swivel, right? And you're gonna notice when you're doing it that you're gonna have to shift your body weight to the inside, like consciously think about shifting, okay? So I'm gonna start, I'm gonna lift, shift my weight in, shift my weight in. From the back. I hope that's making sense. I feel like that's one of the simplest ways that you can drill it, is just mindfully thinking about keeping your body tall, keeping your arms out for balance. You're gonna lean in, you're gonna stand nice and tall, you're gonna pull up your foot. It's nice to swing it a little bit to get that momentum, right? So I'm gonna lift, shift, okay? Arms are out. Lift, shift. Okay, so that's the basic motion. I do it a couple times like that way so that you can see what's going on. You see what it looks like? Like it's a little bit different from the outside. Let me show you an outside again. For the outside, my leg is reaching back, and for an inside, my leg is reaching forward. It's a little bit of a difference, but it's not that big a deal, okay? You just counterbalance what you're doing on one foot to keep you, you know, stable and everything. So, yeah, okay. Little recap, show you inside and an outside edge, and just go ahead and keep practicing. It's not a super big deal. It's just a nice fundamental thing that you can practice so that you can grow as a skater, okay? Outside edge. Outside edges are so much easier than inside edges. It's kind of scary. So again, this is something that I can also drill with you, so it's cool. Okay, inside edge, let's go. That is it, guys, that is it. Just keep practicing them, keep thinking about them, keep looking at different moves that you're doing and like, am I on an inside edge or an outside edge there? Because that'll help you navigate much easier and smoother, okay? I so hope that this helped at least one of you guys out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time in my next video. As always, stay groovy. Peace.
I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.